My name's Caity Eckert. I'm a first-year school counselor at Middletown High School in Frederick, Maryland. I graduated from Loyola University last May 2013, and I found that it adequately prepared me for my field. The reason I chose Loyola for my school counseling program was because I did my research and found that at the time that I was applying, it was only one of 2 schools in the state of Maryland that was K-CREP certified. So that was important for me to have that accolade to write on my resume to show that I was part of a rigorous cohort that was preparing for our future and the future in education. I also found that the schedule was very flexible and was conducive to the type of job that I had at that time, so I could easily hold a couple part-time jobs in addition to going to class in the afternoon and in the evenings. I was able to work in all different levels through my practicum and internship experiences, so that way I was a little bit more marketable by the time I graduated. I was able to work at all 3 different levels during my practicum and internship experiences, so that way I was more marketable when I went into my interviews to say that I have experience at all different levels. And professionally, now that I work at the high school level, I found that a lot of the skills that I learned at the elementary and middle school levels have really come in handy in working with some of my special populations with students. I found that there were a lot of opportunities at my fingertips just through the professors that I interacted with during my time here. I had the privilege to work under one of our American Counseling Association presidents, Dr. Erford, and I was his graduate assistant for a full year. I wrote a number of different textbooks for manuals. I was published in 2 of his 2015 textbooks that will be available to aspiring school counseling students. And I was also able to travel to Istanbul last May to the International Counseling and Education Conference. And that was a phenomenal experience that I never would have seen myself in 2 years ago when I first started out. For anyone out there who has no previous school or counseling experience, that is quite all right. I was in your shoes. I was really worried that that would have a negative impact upon my pursuit of a school counseling degree or my pursuit of getting hired as a school counselor. But what I have found and what my professors had really reinforced throughout their teaching was that a lot of what you're coming in with from your previous professional experience does prepare you. So previous to becoming a school counselor, I had a number of different experiences in the nonprofit world. I worked for the Center for Adoption Support and Education. I worked in private mental health counseling, the NAACP, Habitat for Humanity. I worked with a bunch of unique, specific populations that adequately prepared me for some of the issues and obstacles that I would experience in my professional job. A lot of experienced teachers who may have been working with the same population for the same 30 years may not have as diverse of a background, and so I found that that really did propel me and set me apart and come in handy when I was pursuing my degree. So I'm going to encourage anybody else who is pursuing a school counseling degree through Loyola to take advantage of all of those opportunities. Do not be afraid to say yes, and definitely take what comes your way, because you never know where it's going to take you.